When I noticed it, I didn't realize it right away, but I looked close. But when I looked closer at the old woman at the end of the table, I realized that it was Lawrence Kincaid's mother. She was dressed in a red formal gown, and she had a pink corsage pinned on her left side. She smiled broadly and held a young girl's hand while people at the table made the toast. "I can't believe it," I said to Meg, who was clutching her ice-cold Bloody Mary in her tear-stained hands. What, said Meg when she reached into her purse. "It's Lawrence Kincaid's mother sitting at the end of that table," I said when I motioned toward the long, thin candlelit table next to the crowded bar. I decided to get up out of my cushioned chair and walk over to the lavish, decorated table where the 12 were sitting, hoping Mrs. Kincaid would not recognize me. When she turned toward me, she looked startled, quickly put down her drink, and said in a strong and certain tone, "Lawrence will not be returning to his apartment." "Why not?" I asked curiously when a waiter walked between us. "He just won't be coming back," was all she said, and she swallowed a large portion of the martini. On the street in front of the patio, a car suddenly slammed on its brakes as a stray dog walked to the other side of the street. A few pedestrians took notice of the dog and gave him some cookies that they pulled out of a small brown paper bag. The music coming from the bandstand continued to play familiar cover tunes from the 70s. Meg continued to sip a Bloody Mary at our table while holding on to the scrunched up ball of yellow panties in her purse. The drink had certainly seemed to numb her out to the harsh reality of Jake's office adventures with Becky. I gave Meg a hug and a kiss on the cheek and told her I needed to go home. Seeing Mrs. Kincaid and hearing Becky's tale had been enough to make me call it a night. So when I pulled into the driveway, I noticed a new group of cardboard boxes stacked very neatly in rows of 5 in front of Lawrence Kincaid's door. One of the boxes was leaning against the front door at an angle. It was a darker brown color than the other boxes, and its label was orange and diamond-shaped. The corner of another box looked like some animal had been chewing on it with its sharp teeth, since the cardboard was all shredded and concave in that corner. When I stood at my front door, turning the key in the lock, I could hear the phone ringing in Lawrence Kincaid's apartment. It rang for a long time before his answering machine picked up. I could hear Lawrence Kincaid's familiar greeting coming from his machine. "So glad you called. Would you be so kind as to leave your name and the reason for your call?" "Thank you." There was a brief pause, and then a woman began to leave a message. "Lawrence, April's here. She remembers you as a boy, riding your bikes together along the Marne River. She recalls how confident you were, always taking risks and doing things the other boys were afraid to do. April has been aching to see you again after all these years. She has the notebook containing your contacts and acquaintances from that time." Then there was an awkward sounding stumbling noise and a loud dial tone.
Yes, there we go. Okay, thank you. Thank you for really.
You're welcome.
14.
Thank you for sharing
Thank
it with
you
me.
for
Thank
14.
you.
What did you think of it? What did you think of it?
I don't know what I
No,
thought of it because I was just trying to learn it and share it and
right.
be fair to
I know,
it.
thank you,
Even though
thank
I
you.
probably failed in a million
Thank you
ways.
very, no, you didn't fail. Show me one of your paintings. Show me the one under this one. This is amazing. The color is amazing. I'm looking at the color.
Yeah, you know me. I just trust spirit. So whatever beings want to show up in these
Color.
paintings.
This is amazing.
Yeah, I'd never been on this bench before ever, and I hadn't been to paint in Amherst in many years. So
like
I feel if my
Wait, don't cover that one.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
cover. This one's genius. This is a genius work.
Oh, well, I can't
it's
take
Claude
credit.
Monet. It's Claude Monet. It's sort of.
I
Claude
take
Monet.
responsibility for all my paintings. I can't take credit. It's just wonderful dead souls who want to come and live in the
dead souls.
painting. You know.
So you live in the hill towns and Manhattan.
No. I haven't. I grew up in Queens. I haven't lived in Manhattan since '81.
But you're always going down there and coming back here.
No,
right?
because of my back. I haven't really been in the last 7 years.
Oh,
But I'm
really?
getting an epidural shot in my back in
good.
in 9 or 10 days. Yeah.
Good, very good.
That'll help.
So
Maybe I'll be able to go to.
I just read a book about Monet's
Hi.
water lilies called Mad.
Beautiful kid. Look at this adorable kid.
Look at that adorable kid. Okay, these paintings are very good.
Oh, sorry.